So hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got yet another amazing company with me, and it's run by two amazing women doing incredible things for the world, for people, and for all the lonely people out there. So I've got Claudia and Ulrika with me here today. Welcome guys.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
I've known you guys for a little while now, and I'm just super excited for everyone else to hear about you and your business. So tell me, like, who are you, where are you from, and what do you do?
My name is Claudia, and I'm 37 years old, tired mom of 2 kids. Yeah. I live downtown Stockholm, and but I'm a farmer's daughter, so I see myself somewhere in between in a couple of years, not city life and not farmer's life. And I'm the co-founder of GoFrendly, this amazing app for women that wants to find new friends.
Nice.
And my name is Ulrika, also co-founder of GoFrendly. I'm 36 years old. I have 2 kids.
Yeah.
One of us here is Polly, 3 weeks old, so she's tagging along. I am also from the countryside, now living in Stockholm.
That's it. Alright, but you spoke about GoFrendly and that it's an app helping women find friends. So how did you think of the idea? Where did it come from?
Well, I think it all started, I've been living in the States for a while, and when I moved back to Stockholm I really felt the need of getting to know more friends. But I found that really difficult, and I started thinking that, you know, there's so many dating apps out there, but they're all for finding your perfect the match in life, a partner. So why not for finding friends, basically? Yeah. And then I met actually Claudia in a Facebook group, and we had lunch, and it turned out that Claudia had the exact same need as I did, and so we just went ahead. I think the next time we saw each other, we started working. So we went.
Really?
Yes.
It was that quick.
It took one lunch, and then we started. Yeah.
Amazing things can happen when you find new friends.
Yeah, when you find right people. So definitely. Yeah.
But did you find that you had that need yourselves, or?
Yes, absolutely. I always been an entrepreneur by heart, and but somehow I became a police officer, and there were not many women there that were interested in startup life and entrepreneurship, and I found myself wondering, where can I find other women that share this interest with me? So that's how I met Ulrika.
So that's really interesting how you started the whole thing. And now how long has it been? Is it 2-3 years?
2 years.
2 years, yeah. So you're like doing a lot of good things at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm just thinking, like, obviously you started it and you had to develop an app, which I'm guessing you guys didn't do yourselves, like you had developers and all that kind of stuff. But like, what has been the greatest struggle during this journey?
I think it's been when you throw yourself into something you have no experience of at all, it's always really tough. Yeah. And I think for both of us it was the development of the apps, because if you don't have any experience of it, you have to be leading this whole project anyway, and you have to be a part of every little decision, and so that was really hard. And also creating and building a community, that was new for us as well.
Yeah, but also, you know, on a personal level, it's always, you know, building a new company, you don't have any money, it's a struggle on a personal level, paying your bills and having kids at the same time, and trying to do both, and it's tricky, but it's doable. So.
Yeah, obviously you manage and you're still going for it.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a reason for why you stayed.
Absolutely, it's so much fun.
Yeah,
it's a struggle, but it's fun. It's a fun struggle. You know, it's we have our moments when we're grumpy and complaining and all of that, but then we have the highs when things go our way, and we're basically flying. So it's both. So
and it's worth it.
Yeah.
So worth it.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the things that I try to tell people when I meet them, that obviously entrepreneurship is a tough journey, because as you were saying, like, you're doing something that you've never done before, or that no one's ever done before, so you have nothing to kind of use as an example. So you have to create it for yourself, and then when the obstacles come, you have to meet them based on what you know, and maybe you don't have the right experience and all that kind of stuff. So it's really interesting that, like, you still keep going even though, like, all of this has happened, and then you see the little hope. And you're like, yes, we're gonna do this. But what have you seen, like, during these years of, like, you obviously mentioned building a community around your app and stuff, because you're obviously trying to encourage more women to become friends and all that kind of stuff. And I found that the community is more and more important, even for, like, larger companies. How are you kind of developing the community, and, like, what are you encouraging women to do more and more?
We are a friendship app, and it's important for us to be including. We want everyone to feel welcome, no matter who you are or what your interests are or age. This is for everyone, every woman. So, and I think we succeeded in that. It's a friendly place online, which is quite unique, actually.
Very unique.
Yeah, so we're happy about that. We don't tolerate, you know, if we would see people be mean or nasty towards each other. It's just, GoFrendly is a friendly place.
And I think it's so in time right now, because I just today read in, like, a Swedish magazine called Metro about how, like, young kids now, they don't dare to express themselves online because of the hate they think they're gonna get. So it's really interesting how you're like, actually, we don't want that kind of community. We don't want to, like, we don't support that kind of stuff at all. So I think that's why I also mentioned that they're actually doing good for the society, because it's not just a matter of finding your right match, but it's also finding the right friends to build, like, a good life. Because we see, I think, more and more in Sweden that people are becoming more and more lonely, like, and moving to Stockholm, because you guys weren't from Stockholm, right? You see yourself that it's really hard to find friends.
It is.
So you're doing so much for the community and for people around. So it's interesting. It's really interesting to see. But I'm just thinking, like, on this journey, you've always had your ups and downs. Is there any time that you felt that I want to give up? Like, okay, I'm just not going to do this anymore.
A lot of times.
When was that?
I think when we started the process of raising money, it was hard, because we met a lot of investors that didn't understand our product or the value of it or how great it was.
Or the target group.
Or the target, yes. So it was a really big setback, and we were like, what are we going to do? How are we going to move forward? And we couldn't give up on the community we had built already. So we're like, okay, let's bootstrap this. And we got a loan and some money from Vinnova. And that took us forward.
Money.
And
there were some tough months.
It was.
And we were really doubting ourselves, the product. And but then I think we learned how to communicate our business model and the idea in a different way. And we had the right metrics and numbers and everything. So,
and then we found the right investors.
And we found the right investors.
So,
that kind of understood us and
the value of the product. So.
I think that's key. And I remember when we spoke at some point, you were talking about how, like, communicating your business model as well is so key. Because I'm just wondering, like, I'm just curious, when you first went out and you were communicating your business, were you more of like, oh, we need to help more women, or did you go straight into the numbers as well? Like, what's been the difference from, like, your first pitch to
I think we started out with talking a lot about what the product would do. We talked more about loneliness and metrics around that. But then we realized that the investors, they want to see metrics. So
and return of investment. So
which is why they invest.
Of course,
Yeah.
So that's why.
So we had to show them. Our vision and the big picture. This is what we can become if we succeed. And And they got it then.
Yeah. Oh, now it makes sense. Yeah. Because I think like nowadays when I see entrepreneurs, I see more and more entrepreneurs wanting to do similar to what you're doing. Like they're running a business, but at the same time they want to help a group of people in one way or another. Yeah. So I think just by doing that, showing them that actually we do have a vision apart from helping people as well, and it is a business. You can do. I think you can do both.
Of course. Social entrepreneurship is definitely growing.
And,
which is nice to see.
Yeah.
And I think you can combine doing good and actually making money. So,
yeah. I think that's so key. But on this journey, obviously, it's been you two, and now you have a third co-founder.
Yes.
How has that been? Because you're one of the, actually, I think you're the first that is a pair of founders in this season.
Okay.
So I would like to know a bit more about like when you found, you guys obviously matched instantly, but like how is it having a co-founder? Like what would be the keys in terms of like having a good partnership?
I think everyone should have a co-founder or co-founders because I think the journey is too tough.
Yeah.
And we have very different personalities.
Yeah.
Very different. And I think we get along, we're very alike, similar in a way, but we're very different. Yeah. And I think that's good. I think we know when to stay out of each other's way.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's all about, you grow together or you grow apart, I guess. And we've been doing this for now over 2 years, and we haven't had that many arguments, or it's just sometimes we get annoyed and sometimes, we don't agree, but you have to learn when to let things go and when to kind of stand your ground. So.
It's like any relationship.
It's like any relationship, yeah.
Absolutely.
We all know that life has its ups and downs, and as you're saying, like you're doing this together, but you still have separate lives. You both have kids and like a life apart from your business. So I just want to talk a bit more about like the work-life balance that everyone talks about. Like how do you balance life? You obviously have Polly with you here today. And she has to come along because she's too tiny to do anything else. Yeah. But like, how do you balance it otherwise?
How do you balance it?
I don't know if I balance anything. But first of all, I think when you start your own business, it's hard to balance things up because you have to put a lot of effort in it. So for the first 2 or 3 years, the business has to be prioritized over a lot of other things, not before kids and family, but other things, and hopefully it pays off in the future. But otherwise, my best advice is to get a couple of kids because they force you to balance life. Otherwise, I could work 24/7.
Yeah, that's true.
So for me, that's the key. What's your key?
No, but I think it's good that you have to shut off your email or whatever for a couple of hours each night, and then and I think you have to be fine with it and just like okay, I can't work right now. Okay, deal with it, and I can work later or when they go to bed or something. And then you have to be fine with this situation. I can't stay at home right now. I have to do some work, and I'm fine with that because this is also my hobby and what are my passions. So I don't feel like I'm giving anything up by having to work at the same time as having a baby. So. And I think she's fine. She's happy the way she's here. Yeah, she's fine. So, but
that's a second GoFrendly baby.
This is our second. So we're used to this.
Okay. I love it because I think you're like really setting an example. Because a lot of the younger women that I meet, they've expressed like some form of fear of having babies while starting a business. Like, oh, actually, I have to plan this because in 5 years. I want to have a baby, but how am I going to do that when I'm running a business? Because it's not going to take 1 year or even 2 years to get it up and running, so you can take out salary or whatever it is. So it's really, I think it's impressive.
Yes, I think that's also the key, having co-founders, because you're not alone. There's always someone else there. And things might not be perfect for a couple of months, but it's they grow up and they grow older and things get easier and so I don't think there's anything to worry about. But
and I guess like as you said, like you can focus your time on this now, and then you have to be home with your family, and you can kind of find the joy.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one of the dangers as well. Like they talk about young women being like the most what's called depressed, or like having mental illnesses and that kind of stuff. And I could imagine it would be if you're working 24 hours and you don't have anything else outside, but like your motivation, I don't know what your motivation is, but I'm guessing it could be like you have to go home to your kids and like you find this joy in that as well.
Absolutely.
You know when you have to be very efficient?
Yeah.
Like you have a couple of hours and then we don't do anything else. Then we work and then we go home. So I mean it's
We can't play table tennis at a co-working space for an hour.
Okay, yeah.
So no.
There's things we don't do. We don't go to tons of entrepreneur mingles and things like that. It's just we have to pick and choose what we do. So I think that's what we sacrifice. But we're okay with that.
Yeah, and that's life. I guess.
It's life. Yeah,
that's life. You can't do everything. Like I think if we could, we would have more than 24 hours.
Yes,
in a day.
Yeah, that would be perfect. But,
and not sleep.
Yeah.
At all. So that is life. But I want to talk more about like the relationships around you as well, because I'm of the belief that the people around you can have such a huge effect on your success, and also like where it takes you in life, and like your dreams and anything you want to do, basically like having the right people around you. So I don't know like who has been kind of like the key people in your life that pushed your business and yourselves and all that kind of stuff.
For me it's my husband actually, because when you have two kids, you have to have someone at home that supports you 100%, and he's always there for me and always pushes me and sharing for me. So without him I don't know if I could have done this actually. So and the other people is my team, GoFrendly team is super important.
No, I think it's the same thing. Having someone at home that supports you and I wouldn't say allows you to do this, but I guess it is in a way, because there's one paying all the bills, and if my husband weren't okay with this, or I could do it. So I think, and he's an entrepreneur himself, and he really, likes the idea and wants me to succeed. And what's important, you have to have a partner that supports what you're doing. Otherwise, it's
really tough.
It's tough. And then of course, the team and
Okay, so thank you so much for sharing all of that. It's really interesting to hear like how you started your business and your motivation behind it. But I think we're going to go into the 5 quick questions and get to know a little bit more about your dreams and who you are. So number 1, what did you dream of becoming when you were younger?
Strangely enough, a librarian. So far away from where I am right now. I think it was something about stamps and books. I don't know.
Books?
I don't know. It's really weird. How about you?
Well, I don't know. I had so many ideas when I was 16. But maybe a dancer. I love to dance. So a dancer.
What kind of dance?
Show dance, maybe,
You can have like a GoFrendly show. Nice. That's so interesting, because everyone always ends up in like completely different or like a combination of things. You never know. Alright, so number 2 is, what's the worst advice anyone has ever given you?
Don't do it, it's too difficult. When I wanted to start this, I think that was the worst advice.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't that hard, but
no.
We could do it.
You still did it.
Yeah.
I think get a male CTO.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone said that?
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Really.
And you got a female CTO?
Yes,
I love
of course.
that. Yeah. Okay, and what advice would you give anyone wanting to start their business now?
Surround yourself with mind-like people, because they will understand what you go through. They will help you, push you, and be a great supporter.
Yeah.
And I think realize that you don't have to know everything. When you start your company, you will learn along the way. It's impossible to know everything.
Yeah.
Take one step and then another step and then a third step and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. The fourth question is, if you had no limitations in the world, where would your company be right now?
We would build a better app, be in more countries, have more employees, bigger office, run much faster than we do right now.
Yeah, we would be so much bigger than Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tinder, watch out.
Watch out.
And question number 5. What is your number one life hack? And it could be anything.
Try to get enough sleep.
Yeah.
So if you don't sleep, you're grumpy and you're more stupid than normal.
Yeah.
And in order to actually get some sleep, make lists of of what you want to do the next day. And that should be a short list of like maximum 5 things that you know that you can achieve.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's really good.
To clear your head and then go to bed.
That's really smart.
Okay, so my life hack, superficial though, but color coordinate your wardrobe.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you do that?
I do that. I have
I'd love to go
four
with you.
colors that match each other, so it's really easy to pick clothes, and you always feel nice, and and you can keep it casual, so you don't need too many clothes.
That's really smart, because I'm always the one that's like looking through my wardrobe like, I have nothing to wear. I'm gonna try
Capsule
that.
wardrobe, yeah.
Smart. Thank you
Smart.
so much. That's really cool. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for sharing all of this. It's been super interesting talking to you about your business and also like your life, and having Polly along as well.
Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting to
Thank
see
you
where
for
she
having
ends
us.
up. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And last thing, if they want to find you, where can they find you? On Instagram, Facebook,
Everywhere.
everywhere.
GoFrendly on Facebook and Instagram, and our app is available for download in Sweden and Norway right now. Yeah.
Is it Apple or
Apple and Google
both?
Play.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So make sure you download that.
Yes, do it.
And follow them on Instagram, Facebook, wherever.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Alright, so thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.